Hi, I'm Ken Jr. and welcome to TrainWorld TV. Here you'll find the latest and greatest in model trains. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. And if you're new to our channel, we're glad you're here, and I invite you to click the subscribe button and hit that bell notification so you'll never miss a video. Now, we'd also love to send you exclusive deals and special announcements that you won't find anywhere else. So be sure to sign up for our emails, TW Text, and stay connected with us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Now, you can find all the links in the description box below or trainworld.com. And without further ado, enjoy today's video.
All right, Christian, excellent.
All right, thanks, Ken. The pressure was on. All right. Oh, am I going first, Ken?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Thomas Tuesday. A little under pressure this evening as I'm in a new location in the state of Indiana. I'm also monitoring the stream, which it's been a while since I've monitored one of these, so apologies for any awkwardness there at the very beginning. But I'm here today with wonderful people, including someone else who is going to be showing up a little bit later in the hour as he has an orchestra rehearsal that he's finishing up. But Ken, I'm going to start off with you for giving me the opportunity to help put this together as always. How are you doing this evening?
Doing great, Christian. You're doing a great job, and we're excited. And I thank you for everything you do. And you got the keys tonight, so you're running the show.
Thank you. Oh man. And Matt C, also an employee at Trainland, who was seen in so many social media posts. He recently had a very, very entertaining post of him dressed up as Willy Wonka, walking around the Trainland store, showcasing all the wonderful products that model railroading has to offer. How are you doing today, Matt?
I'm doing great, Christian. Thank you. So I'm going to be joining a couple of these Thomas Tuesday streams for the upcoming months. So I'm also here to help and learn what to do for all these streams. I was on one a couple years ago, and I'm really happy to be here. So hello, everyone, and hello to my friends in the model train business and my boss. So yeah, hello.
And I just want everyone to know, like, in the interim, Christian and Matt are going to be kind of taking over and running the show. And Doug is always welcome on these shows and always a welcome guest. But for the short interim, they're going to be running for a couple of months. And I know they're going to do a great, excellent job. They truly are, they know a ton about Thomas and all the Bachmann characters and everything coming out. They're the true experts, and we're really looking forward to continuing these live streams. And Christian has done an incredible job over the past couple of years, so I know it's going to be a smooth transition. And Matt has been working behind the scenes for a long time, and he's great, and he knows all the products, and so we're really looking forward to it. And a new generation, and we're looking forward to them kind of carrying the torch. So we're looking forward to it, and I know both of you are going to do a great job. So thank you. Both.
Thank you so much. And guys, before we go on, Ken is expecting a baby. So we must put in the chat. Apologies, Ken, if I spilled the beans there, if that was something you're going to state. But guys, put in the chat. Congrats, Ken. Congrats, Ken. Ken is king. He is expecting a baby. That is why for the next few streams, we will be taking over, not taking over, but substituting for the king. So, hopefully we're like, vice king or prince, whatever you want to label it as. But definitely put it into the chat. Let's see what we got here.
We're gonna let Ken be a good dad. we're gonna take over. We're gonna let him do his job.
They're rolling in, Ken. Getting lots of comments here.
And the future is bright. And with these two young gentlemen, we're really looking forward to it. And I know they're going to do a great job. And so I thank you both for looking forward to taking on this task. And I know Thomas Tuesday holds big weight in the Thomas community. So we really appreciate having both of you on and kind of, as I said, carrying that torch. So we're looking forward to it.
We are so honored. And the man of the hour, as always, every single stream, he constantly comes back showing us more and more surprises. Doug Blaine, how are you this evening?
Just great. Thank you. Looking forward to being with you tonight. And congratulations, Ken. I will add mine as well. And Christian and Matt, total confidence in you driving the train for a couple of shows here for however long it takes for the new dad to become accustomed to his new role. So anyway, looking forward to the show tonight. Thanks for having me.
It is a pleasure. And Doug, as always, the chat is going crazy, one after another. Everyone's saying hello to you. And they are super excited to see the new reveal for this evening, as well as go through the 2024 catalog. It's always a pleasure. And yeah, we're just going to take them as they come.
Sounds good. Looking forward to sharing what I have tonight.
Awesome. So Ken, I think we should probably start off by wondering who exactly won that raffle last month. And if he's hopefully watching the stream this evening, because he clearly did not check his Twitter DMs.
Yes, we had a big raffle, quite honestly, the largest raffle that we've had in a while. And they didn't answer your tweet. So we still have it, and we still want to give that opportunity for that person to give us their shipping information. So Christian, do you remember who it was?
Yes, his username is Clem and Waffle. He was one of the first people to basically select the correct answer. Clem and Waffle, if you are watching this, please comment and please reply to your Twitter DM, because you are the winner of the G-Scale James.
Yeah. And
so if you don't want it, we'll do another raffle. But I don't think that's going to be the case.
That's right. Unfortunately, if we don't hear from you in the next week or two, or I should say the next week, we're gonna have to end up raffling this off to someone else, just because it's been in my office a while. I want to get it out of here.
It's been there a while, yeah.
So we got to find it a new home and maybe give the opportunity to someone else. And I know a lot of people are looking forward to these raffles. So please let us know and get back to Christian. And Christian, if you want to just reach out to them one more time and give them that last chance opportunity. And if not, then we'll pick out a new winner for next Thomas Tuesday.
Don't let that lottery ticket run out.
All right. All right, Ken. So where should we proceed from here? I know I'm presenting the layout today, but
Doug, do you want to share your screen for the Bachmann catalog, or you want me to do it here?
If you can do it there, that'll be great.
Okay. So, Christian, I believe you have to. Yeah. All right. So this is the new Bachmann catalog. Does everybody see that?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
All right. So, Doug, you're up.
All right. Well, I don't know if people have had a chance to look at this ahead of time. Posted on the Bachmann website. It's at BachmannTrains.com. So feel free to check it out there as well after tonight's live stream if you want to just spend a little more time with it and see what else Bachmann has. But of course, we're going to go over the new Bachmann Thomas products. So if you can zip to page, I got to look at the first page here. Thomas starts on page 2. Oh, it might not align perfectly with your page count. It might be page 18. If you're looking at the bottom, it might be page 18. Otherwise, you can just go to scroll through until you get to Thomas, which is coming right up here. One or two more pages. Going, yep. There you go.
All right.
So that's the start of the Thomas section. I know most people are familiar with our train sets. So those have been in the line for a while. And if you can, I don't think you want me to go over the existing products. So if you want to skip over to the next spread.
Yeah. And just to review on this Bachmann catalog, sorry, I got caught off guard. People are still calling the store, so I apologize about that. But Bachmann always comes out every year with a beautiful hard, or not hardcover, but soft cover book catalog. And they're one of the remaining manufacturers that actually do this. And catalogs and books are so important to the industry, and Bachmann really spends a lot of time, effort creating these. These are not easy to create. I should have took out, and I'll probably run out there and grab one for you, but it's so thick, these catalog books, and it's just awesome resource with all the Bachmann product, different scales, the starter sets, what you could add on, the track. So Bachmann really does a great job putting these catalogs together, and there's a ton of Thomas the Tank product inside of it. So kudos to Bachmann for putting this together, and they just launched their new 2024 catalog. It had to be a couple of maybe last week or a couple of days ago, Doug.
Probably just a couple days ago. And nice. Just to go off what you said, yeah, the catalog is I think it's 336 pages. It covers a lot of different scales. We have, from N to HO, large scale, ON30, O narrow gauge, HO narrow gauge in the Thomas line, and a few other additions to the HO narrow gauge lines. O gauge Williams line, which is 3-rail. So there's a huge number of products. Excuse me, and I'm not talking just from train sets to locomotives to rolling stock to scenery items, figures, buildings, grass mats, what have you. It's all in there. And as Ken said, it is a great resource. There's a lot of information in there for you. So again, please go to bachmanntrains.com to check it out. Or I don't know, Ken, do you have these for sale on your site too?
I don't think we got them in yet, the physical catalogs, but we do have a link as well that you could go to our catalog. So we have it listed as well as the other Bachmann catalogs for the time being until we get them listed. I'm not sure when we'll get them, but as soon as we do, we'll post them up so people could get the physical copy.
Sounds good. So anyway, just on this spread, just if you can go back to the last spread, I know these have been announced previously a couple of years ago, but we are making progress on the DCC equipped Thomas and Percy locomotives. We did have a sample in. There's work to be done, but we are making some progress on that. So I just wanted to report on that. The next spread is most of our locomotives, not all of them, but nothing new on that page. So you can skip over to the next spread as well. And again, most of these are previously announced. I'll just go in order here. Bow, we do have a sample in package. I think I showed that at the last Thomas Tuesday. So that's coming along very well. We're waiting for an updated painted sample for Rebecca. We just finished the design work on Stanley, and open carriage. We're working on the design work. We're making good progress on that. So,
and Doug, there's so many comments on Stanley. Lots of people are super excited about him, in particular in the chat here.
Excellent. That's good news. So I can't give you an exact delivery date yet. I can just report that we are making good progress, and I'm pleased with the way it's looking so far. So let's see what we got on the next spread.
And here's the 2023 catalog. So again, Bachmann, every year they create these catalogs, and they're really a great resource. And Bachmann definitely does a great job with these, listing all their products. It's amazing how many scales they're into, and create all these beautiful model trains. So we'll be posting the 2024 as soon as we get those in.
Awesome. So at the bottom of the right-hand spread, again, these were previously announced, but we have 12-ton vans, in two in the funfair colors, which are a little bit different for us, but I'm excited about those. There's a Christmas van and then a standard gray van. So those will be, those are it's some new tooling for us as well. That's not just repaints, that's tooling you have not seen before. So we're excited about bringing those to you. On the next spread, we are working on Sir Handel now, making good progress on him. Again, some of the things I'm talking about here, I'm mentioning that they were previously announced. So there are not a lot of brand new introductions for the 2024 catalog. And the reason for that is we just need to catch up on projects that we've already announced and haven't delivered yet. So there's some catch-up work here, and I hope people will be understanding and patient with that. And as I've just mentioned, a few projects that we are making good progress on. So we're making up for some lost time here and getting back on schedule. So your patience as we do that will be much appreciated. The narrow gauge Duncan, I don't have any information on that yet. On the next page, again, these are the this is the narrow gauge, HO narrow gauge products for the Skarloey Railway. We have one new road name in the gray slate wagon, and 3 new paint schemes in the slate wagon. Just a tan, brown, and red slate wagon, just for some product variation to give some variety in your rolling stock and the wagons. And we think it'll look great behind the narrow gauge locomotives we already have in the line.
Definitely. And was there any reason as to why these particular paint schemes were chosen? I know a lot of people were excited about like the brown one and the tan one in particular. I saw a lot of comments on those.
We found references for them. And they just seemed like good colors based on the references we were able to locate.
Fantastic.
I'm personally a big fan of the red one. I think I'm going to get a couple of those.
Excellent.
Oh,
really nice.
Awesome. Yeah, I like the tan one. The tan one, that one I think I'm going to get like 5. I just think that light brown paint scheme looks very nice on the slate wagon.
Nice. Well,
good.
Look forward to getting them to you. The narrow gauge high side wagons, the design work is well underway for those, as is the narrow gauge gondola. And the gunpowder wagon has not been started yet, so we need a little more time on that. But the narrow gauge high side wagons are based on a Festiniog prototype. The Teleflin locomotive actually doesn't have this style high side wagon, so anyway, it's based on the Festiniog. We have good references for that, and that'll be heading your way hopefully. Hopefully this year. I can't promise anything though until they're on the water, and then we can promise. So, all right, on to the next spread. Well, we have Sir Topham Hat's car, which I'm going to show you some progress on in a little bit, but we'll go through the whole catalog first. Bulgy, we got to catch up on. Nothing new, nothing to show you, or no design work done on that just yet. On the next page, the figures. Again, I know that's a long-running project. We are awaiting painted samples on those, so hopefully those will be coming in within the next show or two, and we're looking forward to seeing those. I'm excited to see what those look like. Those took, I probably mentioned that to you before, but it takes a huge amount of time to do all the different views required for both the modeling and the paint. So there's approximately six figure sets with 6 figures each. You got to do front, back, and both sides. So it's 6 times 6 times 4 is it's 144 views of information required just for these 6 figure sets. So it's been a surprisingly large amount of work for the figures, but we're happy to do it, and we're excited to see how they turn out. I think you're going to be very happy with them. So that's it for the HO standard gauge and HO narrow gauge. If you can go to N scale.
Well, do you want to mention the uncoupling track?
Oh, sure. I don't know when it's coming in. Yeah, I did skip over that, didn't I? So the uncoupling track, it's a manual track. It's got a little button that allows you to uncouple the standard gauge HO wagons or passenger cars, carriages, just by the press of the button. So it's a nice feature. And is that, Ken, I don't know, is that in stock? That's probably in stock now, isn't it?
Good question.
I'm not 100% sure. If it's not marked new, it's probably...
Yeah, it's in stock.
Okay, good. So there you go.
I didn't even know that.
Ready to
learning
rock.
something new as well.
So if you guys have, the Bachmann Thomas rolling stock, you want to make, shunning around trains a little bit more fun, a little bit more interesting, and a little bit easier and less finicky, head over to TrainWorld.com and get that right now.
Awesome.
Yeah. Right now, like this second. But leave the
Open up a
stream
new tab,
minimized.
though.
Like,
Keep the stream going. Open up a new tab.
Stream.
But yeah.
All right. Our next section of Thomas is the N scale, which is on page 155. So we've got some serious flipping to do there. I'll start talking while you're flipping. So we've recently showed Emily, as you know, we're waiting for a new paint sample for her, just to correct a few do some minor tweaking on her. Same thing for Gordon, making good progress with both of those. Paxton and Diesel are new, were previously announced. The design work has not started on those yet, but we have done Diesel and Paxton in both HO and large scale. So that should be a fairly easy project to accomplish in N scale as well. Gordon's Express Composite Coach and Express Brake Coach. There we go. Those are coming. Oh, okay. I got to do the opposite page too. So work has started on those. I've showed you Henrietta, Emily's coach, Emily's brake coach. We're making great progress on all those. I'll finish up with N scale here. The Emily's passenger set, we've finished everything on that. So that will be out sometime later this year. Just waiting for a production date on that. So if we're backing up then to page 154, which is still on screen, which is great. Although these are not specifically Thomas products, they are Teleflin products. These are HO narrow gauge. We have 3 variations of the paint scheme for the Teleflin locomotive. This is what Scarloia is based on. And this locomotive, if you can read the brief history there, but this construction on this locomotive started in 1866. It spent its entire life on the Teleflin Railroad. The Teleflin Railroad did open in 1866. Actually, the locomotive construction started a little bit before then, but it started, of course, hauling slate as a slate line, and now it is a tourist railroad. But the locomotive still runs, still is functioning, and it's a beautiful locomotive. The 3 paint schemes shown here in the black, the red, and the green are variations of paint schemes for that locomotive over the years. And so we're excited to bring those to you for a little bit of variation, whether you're a Thomas fan or not. You can use it as an exclusive additional narrow gauge line to add to a railroad, or just make it a new railroad modeling opportunity. Also below them are the railway coaches. These again are repaints of things we already have in the Thomas line. So there's they're done in the Teleflin colors, carriage number 1, carriage number 2, and carriage number 4. They're based on 2 different styles of coaches, and we think those will be appreciated by fans of both Thomas and again narrow gauge narrow gauge railroading. So looking forward to bringing those to you as well. All right. And then lastly, in our large scale line, which is going to require some serious flipping as well, up to page 242, we have, it's a new combination of products. We have a new large scale train set featuring Thomas, Annie, and Clarabelle. Now, we've had a Thomas, Annie, and Clarabelle train set before, but this one features the DCC sound-equipped Thomas locomotive. Of course, it has the locomotive has moving eyes. It's dual mode, which means it runs on either an standard analog power system or on a DCC system. If it runs on an analog system, your sound suite will run automatically. There's the whistle, Thomas's whistle, of course, his chuff, and there's a steam blowdown when the engine slows and stops. So that is automatic with analog, and if you have a DCC system, the same locomotive will run and you operate the sounds when you want them by triggering various function buttons. So that's there's also, there's also a mute button for their sound. There's a volume switch for the sound, so you can adjust the volume. And
that's on the engine or on the controller?
It's on the engine for analog.
Cool.
And it'll work in either analog or DCC, the volume control button.
Oh, very nice.
So it also has a polarity switch if you want to run to garden railroading standards, or if you run to NMRA standards. So and it's a good it's a heavy duty locomotive. It'll run very well for you. So, and the DCC board in this locomotive is also programmable. It has a sound suite for various characters. Of course, it's set for Thomas because it's in the Thomas locomotive. But if you wanted, you could, it's addressable for Percy. We also have the Percy sound locomotive available right underneath. But there's Percy, there's James, there's Toby. I got to look here because I don't remember everybody there is. Let's see. I got to read them off here. Thomas, Percy, James, Edward, Henry, Gordon, Emily, Spencer, and Toby. So those sound suites are all included in the DCC board that's already in the Thomas, installed in the Thomas locomotive. And the board, if you look in the lower right, is available separately. That would have to be installed individually in locomotives. You'd have to put in your own speaker, etc. So that would require some definite work, but it's ready to go for you in the Thomas locomotive in that Thomas, Annie, and Clarabelle set. Comes with an oval of track, an analog power controller. If you wanted to operate by a DCC system, you would have to have your own DCC controller.
That's pretty cool that it handles all those characters.
Absolutely. We
nice.
just, obviously we don't make all those characters yet, but for the ones that we do make, you can install it, as I said, with your own speaker, and it would require wiring and some work, but it is doable. And I'm sure there's people online to help you with guidance on that, on the Bachmann forum or elsewhere. I'm sure YouTube has instructions as well. So that's that for the catalog. If any questions came up, again, I'm on an iPad when I do this, so I don't see the questions of the comment stream coming in.
I saw a few questions, Doug, and the two that really caught my eye. One is probably more technical question about a new product, but the Gordon Express coaches and N scale. is there any idea as to what the reference will be for those? Are they going to be like the HO model scaled down? Or are we going more for like a mix?
To be determined.
To be determined. Okay.
Yeah.
And then again, I see a lot of people asking about Salty, Doug, and what the status is with that. So
okay, Salty. There's been a delay in the Salty project. I'm going to do my utmost to get that project done. We had a tooling issue where we thought we could just, bring out the existing tooling and run with it, and then an issue came up, and so we've got to solve that problem first.
okay.
So it was just a matter of wear and tear on the tooling and that kind of thing. So we want to do it right, and we got to probably make some brand new tooling. It's for the mechanism, the motor mechanism. So we will figure it out.
And then the very last thing is for N-Scale Gordon and HO Bow. Is there an estimated release date for those?
I don't have a schedule in front of me. I can.
Okay.
I'll find out for the next show. I'll let you know.
Okay, great.
All right. So, and then you let me know if you want me to wait and show Sir Topham Hat's car now, or if you want to do that later.
Actually, why don't we save the reveal to the end? Actually, if that's okay.
Fine. That's fine.
Sorry if my friend is back. So if I was going off to the side, I apologize.
You're multitasking. It's okay.
Yes, multitasking to the highest extent. Monitoring this, he's back. I'm in a new location, so I forgot my TrainWorld shirt. So I apologize, Ken, if I'm offending you tonight.
Not a problem at all, Christian. He's
I'm in my
still looking good.
I'm sending the dogs for you.
All right, but thank you so much, Doug, for showcasing all the products for 2024. I mean, I think that the slate wagons were such a nice surprise, as well as the DCC large scale set, because I don't think anyone saw that coming. Given the amount of possibility, given how much there is in the world of DCC, the fact it's coming with the controller and the whole train set all together is just a really, really nice addition.
Yeah, just to be clear, the controller is an analog controller. That's not a DCC controller in the set. You have to have, for DCC operation, you need a separate system.
Okay, awesome.
Which, of course, we recommend Easy Command, a Bachmann's Easy Command system, but that's entirely up to you.
I do also just want to say that I believe the Bachmann Thomas G-Scale DCC starter set is available for pre-order on TrainWorld. So if you're interested in getting a DCC starter G-Scale set, head over to trainworld.com and get your pre-orders in for that, because obviously, we don't know how long this is going to be in stock for at the first run. So if you want to make sure you can get your own DCC G-Scale Thomas right off the bat, just head over. Keep the stream open still, but head over and pre-order it.
Keep the stream open. Because
you don't want to miss anything. You don't want to miss anything on the stream.
Yeah. Good. All right. Shall we transition to my segment now, Ken? Or is there something else?
You're the boss, Christian.
Okay. All right. I'm going to have to do some weird transition now where I bring in my phones. Just bear with me for 1 sec. In the meantime, Matt, maybe you could do some talking, because
okay.
A lot of people are excited.
Where should I begin?
Well, I'll share the G-Scale screen here for that pre-order.
Yeah.
That Matt was talking about. Christian, if you could share that screen.
Yeah, for sure.
So we haven't had these in stock for a while, Matt. And Doug, the last time you made a G-Scale Thomas starter set, it's been out of the line for a couple of years now, if I'm not mistaken. Correct?
Yeah, it's been several years. So I'm happy it's coming back, and especially in this form with the DCC equipped feature. So yeah, I think it's probably been 5 or 7 years since we've had it, is my guess. I don't know exactly.
Mm-hmm. And Matt did a good job explaining this set where we're taking pre-orders. I actually forgot that we had it listed. So good. Matt has his eyes on the prize there. So good job on that.
Yeah, DCC is definitely the way that it looks like the model railroad industry is going. And it's definitely, if you want to get started in it, who's better to start with than Thomas? So
Wow.
I think I'm all set.
Christian, maybe mute your phone.
Mute my phone?
yeah.
Or mute, actually.
Or one or the other.
Can you hear me now?
That's better.
Awesome.
Okay, there we go. All right, transitioning now to the phone. So I'm going to get away from this one on the right, and we're going to go to me, and I'm going to get out of this. Man, Ken, you're really giving me the job of the lifetime tonight.
Well, as Christian gets set up, maybe we'll do a raffle while he gets set up there. We're going to raffle off this O-scale Sir Topham Hat gateman that is missing the cross, the railroad crossing. It was sent back as a return, but we're going to raffle it off as a nice little add-on you could put on your layout. And they forgot to send the crossing gate with it and just said it was broken. So we're going to raffle this off. It's still very nice. And as you can see, when you open up the door, if I could get it in there, you got Sir Topham Hat right there. So a nice O-gauge accessory. So put in the chat hashtag Bachmann Trains and the state you're from, and we'll raffle. We'll pick out a winner tonight, so we'll see who's putting it in the chat. And we'll pick out a raffle winner, and hopefully, if you do respond, unlike the G scale raffle that we had last month, we will get your shipping information, and we'll ship it out to you. And hopefully, if we do have a new Bachmann catalog, we'll ship that out with the raffle prize. But if not, we'll send you a 2023 catalog as well as we do with all our raffle prizes. So see them coming in now.
They're all here, yeah. And I'm all set to go, Ken, whenever we're ready. Sorry about folks. Jeez.
Gotta settle into it. It's all right.
Okay, here I am. Can everyone see me?
Yep.
All right.
We can see you now.
Okay, all right. So first of all, I'd like to introduce someone else, a very special guest, who some of you have met. Ben, would you like to say hi?
Hi.
So for those of you who don't know, Ben is a violinist here at Indiana University, who I've been working with. I'm a pianist here. And he's got a massive basement that has nothing down here except laundry. And why that's the case?
What?
I'm asking, why is that the case?
Oh, so we're building this train set in my basement.
Well, that's not the reason why you have all this space, but that's the reason why we're on the stream tonight. So, bear with me because I'm using my phone, so it's a little shaky. I apologize. But this is basically the progress of our end scale layout so far. As you can see, it is roughly based on Sodor. I'm just going to try to find a way to flip my camera.
There is a way, I believe there's like a three dots over your profile picture, and there should be like a different selection of like cameras that you can switch around in.
Okay. Just bear with me for 1 second, guys. I apologize.
Yeah, I think it should be like the three dots, and like you click camera, there should be like front, back.
Front, back.
Between them.
If you say, Alexa, switch phone. I'm just kidding.
No. God. This is the most impromptu Thomas Tuesday to date, Ken. I apologize.
Christian, you're not. You put everybody else on the spot, and now you're on the spot. That's it. We lost Christian. Oh boy,
hit the wrong button.
All right. Well, while Christian is logging back in, again, you could keep on getting your raffles in. Put in hashtag Bachmann with the state you're from, and we'll get that going out. But I'm
just gonna go off a little list of like the items that Doug went over that we do have on pre-order, like the new stuff. Let's see. So the high side gondolas for the narrow gauge range, those are available for pre-order. We also have what else? We have all of the 12-ton vans. Those are all available for pre-order. So the gray, the fun fairs, the Christmas, those are all there. We didn't mention, because this is the previous announcement, but also Toby's Museum coaches and G-Scale are available for pre-order. I believe, didn't those come out? I think they're just being restocked, right? I believe it's what it is.
I think they should be available.
Okay, yeah. And Emily's brake coaches, up for pre-order. The Tycoon locomotives, all up available for pre-order.
I'm not sure about if those museum coaches are in or not. I apologize. I'm not sure.
That's okay. What else is there? Bo, Rebecca, and Stanley, those are all available for pre-order. N-Scale Gordon, N-Scale Paxton, N-Scale Diesel, Sir Handel. I know a lot of people in my circle are very excited to see the Sir Handel model for sure. Emily, I'm sure she's going to be a big one. First Sterling single in N-Scale. So that one's going to be, I'm sure that one's going to do well. So.
And Matt, on the museum coaches in HO scale, they are available. G scale, they're still in pre-order.
Gotcha. I'm looking on the pre-order page for the Thomas stock.
Cool. Yep.
All right, Ken, I'm back, and I figured it out.
All right.
Okay, here we go. Apologies. All right. We'll stick it. We'll just keep it like this, just to make things easier. All right. Running the stream and fixated on two different cameras at the same time. All right, so here we go. So once again, here's a better shot of Ben, whole body pic, my friend. All right, right over here. But this is the layout thus far. Can everyone hear me, by the way?
Yep, you're good.
Yep.
Great. So it's very much still in the working stages, but for those of us who have seen my personal Turns to Tractor 525 YouTube channel, you'll know that I did post 2 update videos last month stating that we started this layout, but have not posted any updates. So basically the track work is pretty much done. We got the bench work pretty much fixated, although Ben, you could definitely say that was quite an experience for the two of us. Because you'll notice that on one of the sides here, we got the legs nice and straight. On this side, well, let's just say we had a little bit of an unorthodox experience. All right, so, sorry, say it again?
I said bodging. We love it.
Bodging, yeah, there you go. So, yeah, but this layout is basically a loose, loose representation of N-Scale Sodor. Again, scenery has just started, and as of right now, we've just got some locations set up. So basically, to take a whole tour before we run some trains, this is basically the Tidmouth area where I'm using actually a Helgen roundhouse that I was very fortunate to acquire. I'm at a train show, and then a turntable, which Ben very generously helped paint gray with a very fine paintbrush because we didn't have a bigger paintbrush at the time. So yeah, he very patiently painted this with an acrylic gray as it came actually in a brown paint scheme. So this is basically like N-Scale Tidmouth that we're working on right now. And yes, if you're wondering, this is on tissue boxes as well as a box. We are basically making use of whatever we have here in Indiana. So
now the turntable, you dropped it inside the post office box, so
yes.
It's flush. That's interesting. Right. That was a good idea.
Yeah, we did that just because we didn't have a jigsaw to drill into the board, so
right.
And those are quite expensive. So we basically decided, why don't we put the roundhouse on the elevated part of the layout? That way we can use a box for the turntable and not have to deal with any crazy cutting. When obviously with cardboard you could just use a scissor. So
that brings me back to when you're younger and your parents are like, no power tools.
Yeah, well,
so you got to be creative.
Yeah.
Very cool.
But yeah, so yeah, we've got all the track laid out here. This is like the track for the stalls, which we've yet to intact. But yeah, the layout pretty much comprises of 2 main lines going around. Apologies for the mix of tracks. We've got mostly Bachmann Easy track here, but also a few pieces of other brands. That's also code 80, so it's compatible rail-wise. But yeah, this is basically just a mainline loop that's going to go around, probably have a landscape and then it slopes down here where we have a crossover. That way both tracks connect. And then goes underneath this Cotto Bridge, which was a purchase from you, Ken, over at TrainWorld. With the perfect, the perfect bridge to incorporate here for 2 main lines. And then they basically curve over here, and then this is going to be a loose representation for Thomas fans that know Elsbridge Station. So most Thomas fans will know that Elsbridge does comprise actually of 2 more tracks over to the side here, but it does have that one siding, which is basically indicative of Thomas's branch line, and then the 2 main lines right over here. So we still have to acquire the platforms and then build the footbridge and such, but this is basically going to be a loose representation of that station. So if you're not familiar with it, definitely head to the wiki. It's definitely a favorite of mine. And that's basically that. And then over here, the tracks go underneath this bridge, which I'll talk about a little later. And then we approach the Henry's Tunnel portion of the layout. So for those of us who are familiar, Henry's Tunnel, as you know, will have a crossover. And then there's also that one siding that Gordon was pulled into in season 1. So that's what this is basically representing. And the 2 tracks go into this one tunnel portal, which, Ken, this is also a purchase from you over at TrainWorld, the Knock double tunnel portal and N scale, which definitely fits the Thomas aesthetic, or that European aesthetic. So looking forward to getting that finally all scenicked. And then here's the other side of the tunnel. Basically, the tracks loop around here. There's a siding that's going to be headed over this way. That's going to be a loose representation of Brendam Dock. So as of right now, we have 2 sidings here. There's going to be an engine sitting in the back. And Doug, not to put any pressure, but an N-scale Cranky the Crane, that would be a very nice addition for the future.
Just use the HO one. It might be scale for the N scale in actuality.
All right. We'll stick with that for sure. Sorry, I'm also looking at Ben's reaction right now, because he's standing here like, what are you talking about? Because basically, he knows not anywhere as much about Thomas as Matt or me or anyone watching the stream. So he's looking at me like, what the heck's wrong with you, man?
I'm learning.
He's learning.
It looks like you use plaster cloth for the mountains.
Yes, exactly. So there's underneath here cardboard stripping, as well as newspaper that's crumpled up, which oftentimes I find that to be very efficient, especially for something like N scale, where it doesn't have to be crazy big. And then, the plaster cloth by Woodland Scenics that's right on top of here. And what I plan to do next, and this is a strategy that I recommend to all modelers, especially Thomas fans who may be just getting into this, is I recommend getting joint compound from your local Lowe's or Home Depot and mixing that with water, and then brushing that on top of the plaster cloth once it's all set, because it'll cover all the air pockets or holes, and it'll also make the structure much stronger in the end. So that's a big recommendation that I have. I find that it's very useful in that sense. Just make sure you don't mix it too thick, or else it could potentially crack and then leave marks. But for a stone mountain, that actually could look quite realistic. So, but just a little modeling recommendation there. But this will be representative of Gordon's Hill, even though it's only 2 tracks, but I guess a microcosm of Gordon's Hill. And you'll notice that the tracks do indeed slope here. This is the main section. There's the engines loop around here and go up. And then basically go on top of Henry's Tunnel and then loop around at the top of the hill over here, where we'll have a little crossing there, as with the rail joiners. Excuse me, not the rail joiners, the re-railers. And then over this double Cuttle Bridge, which also fits nicely with the Thomas aesthetic, I think.
It's a very season 2 bridge, like Edward's branch line kind of.
Oh, definitely, for sure.
Now, Christian, did you kind of pre-plan this, or you kind of just went with the flow? Because it is pretty amazing. There is a lot of track lines, and to do it kind of like 2 back to back or side to side. Was there any kind of planning, or you just kind of free flowed with it?
Yeah, it was a little bit of both. I mean, I looked at a lot of those old Cotto and Atlas track plans, because they would have a lot of track plans as well as model railroader magazines. And I mean, it looks big on camera, but this, believe it or not, is only 2.5 feet wide right here, this board.
Right.
And then these over here is only 1.5 feet wide right here.
Wow.
But in N scale, it gives the illusion that it's much bigger, which is so cool. And yeah, but to answer the question, absolutely, it was a little bit of both. Where we were kind of plopping around track, what would look best, where could this particular scene from the show look good, and looking at the Atlas track plans and Cuddle track plans and Bachmann track plans, all three of those really helped. So,
Christian, for the track, like the double track that you have going around the mountain and other sections, looks really well spaced. How did you get the even spacing so nicely done?
Honestly, I think I eyeballed it very, very carefully. I think that's the best answer.
Wow,
Yeah,
you did a great job.
I didn't use like a straight edge or anything. I just very carefully measured out the curves and eyeballed the rest that I could. I think this outside edge here is 12.5 or 12.50 inch radius, and then this is the 11.25, which I believe is the most common radius and end scale here. So I was just very careful measuring that, or not measuring that, but just eyeballing where it would look good when spaced out. So
got a good eye.
Appreciate it.
Christian,
Yes.
did you do like test runs, like to make sure the elevation is not too high or steep, or
Yes.
how would someone like go about it? I'm assuming you did some testing to make sure that everything's good, because otherwise you'd have to tear it down.
Absolutely, yes. No, so I've got, believe it or not, Bachmann N scale Toby right here, so as one engine, as well as this engine right here, which is a British warship engine. A lot of Thomas fans will know what character I'm referring to, but this is Diesel 10's basis, which I acquired a British diesel engine here. So I tested that with both Toby and the British diesel with rolling stock consists, and yeah, both seem to be just fine on these bridges, or excuse me, on these hills. So yeah, and again, I think it looks quite steep, but once the hill really starts down here, and then it gradually slopes up on top of the tunnel portals. So
Right.
You really have packed a lot in there. When you told me the actual dimensions of the tables or shared that, it is deceiving how much track, or the appearance is much bigger, as you said.
Yeah. Oh, and in the future, I'm thinking, at home, maybe tear down the H01 and make an N scale layout just to see the possibilities in a space like that. So hopefully, yeah, we'll see. Sorry, I'm stuttering left and right because my friend is giving me looks right now. I apologize. Like I said, Ken, most impromptu Thomas stream yet. He was hoping it's an entertaining one, nevertheless. So that's all I can say to that.
It looks great, Christian. It seems like you're using everything to kind of make it work, which is awesome.
Definitely. And even for like the elevation portions of the layout, like this was the D-volt drill that we acquired at Lowe's. Yeah, the drill box, exactly. And we're using that for basically elevation because it would take forever to build up wood, and we're not that handy with plywood as of yet. So, if my father was here to help out with that, and we had saws, then we would have done that. But I think that in N scale, using cardboard boxes actually can go quite a long way, given the fact that the models aren't too heavy. So
I like the ingenuity. You use what you have, and you're making it work. I think it's great.
Thank you.
I hope you don't have to return the box a little later on.
No. We bought we bought the drill fair and square from Lowe's. So yeah.
Use our hands.
Yeah. And then of course we have a siding here going to the turntable, and then over here we'll probably branch off to a little coal yard. Apologies for the big dump right now, but again, we're in the middle of the scenery, so that's why it still looks quite a mess. But hopefully in a couple of Thomas Tuesdays, probably as we approach the spring, we'll be back and the layout will be fully scenic, and then it won't look like a dump yard over here. So.
And what has been think of like model trains or getting into it? How's his experience?
Oh, this is a very unique experience for me because I've never been exposed to this kind of thing.
Really? Okay.
Just running the track, running the engine on the track, it's very interesting.
Cool. Very good.
Yeah, and then Ben said he's going to probably start an Instagram and start posting videos of his own for Chinese customers potentially. So here's hoping more international customers on the way, Ken, over at TrainWorld.
Very neat. Very neat.
There is something so addictive about watching a train go round and round on a layout, especially a layout with like intricate track plans like this one. Just letting it just go round in all the loops and just watching how all the track interacts and how the train goes up and down and around and in and out. It's so mesmerizing and satisfying to watch. It's great.
It is a beautiful thing.
Christian, can you ask Ben if like Thomas is popular over in China, or is it not really known as much?
I mean, definitely it's on the air all the time, but
Really?
obviously it's,
Wow.
I think pretty like it's for the younger generation.
Right, right.
Wasn't, you know, watching.
Well, generally speaking, especially the newer ones, without a doubt. Yeah. But no, it's. I know. I can say for the Japanese, you know, my Japanese side, Thomas is immensely popular over in Japan. You know, they also are big on making toys there and advertising the merchandise, and there's quite a lot of older fans too. Hopefully, potential guests for future Thomas Tuesday events too. You know, even though it's probably going to be like early in the morning when they come on to the stream. So,
right.
But yeah, no, I mean, Ben's been a great help here because obviously, well, first of all, this whole basement here is really his. This is his rental, not mine. So he was very kind to help out and building the layout with me, and also, you know, help, you know, lending some of the space here for the layout to be built. And one thing I should say too, I can't believe I completely forgot this till now, but the layout is, believe it or not, modular. So it may not look modular at the moment because of the way the track is situated, but these boards actually are in 4 separate sections. This is one board, that's one board, that's one board, and this is one board. So if there's ever a time, you know, in the future where we're moving, we will be able to transport the layout here and there. So basically, at any point where there's like a joiner or like a different board, we plan to like keep that specific part of the track not intact or soldered so that it can easily snap in and out, if that makes sense.
You've planned well.
We try. But yeah, and then here's just a little exposed part here of like what it looks like underneath the plastic cloth where I apparently missed, and we are out, so we're gonna have to get a bit more to tackle that side over there. But yeah, maybe we should run some trains. All right, let's take a look here. Hopefully Toby will do okay. Ben also helped me paint the tires brown here, so
wow.
Yeah, so we've yet to fully clean the tracks after doing that. So if he stutters, it's not because of him, it's because of the dirty track. So because before we painted the tires, he was actually running perfectly. So there it goes. All right. I've been chugging
to paint all those ties. Good grief, that's a huge amount of work.
Ben, you can answer that since that was your job. How long did it take you to paint all the ties?
Oh, I'd say around 2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours.
That's not bad. I thought it was going to be more than that.
Us adding the box and all the other headings.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
He gets stuck on the line.
Yeah.
That happens.
All right. Apologies for the stuttering there. Again, that is not the model, that is the tracks, without a doubt. There we go.
Now, Christian, are you going to add more electrical feeds for different power throughout, or?
That's the plan. Yeah. So put in insulated rail joiners perhaps so that the sidings, you know, aren't live when the engines are running. That way I could situate engines there without worrying that they're going to move at the same time. Yeah, at the moment the layout is DC at the moment. So
right.
Yeah. Apologies for all the finger, but once we clean the tracks, it will not be like that. And I promise for the next Thomas Tuesday, Ken, when it's scenic, you will not be seeing me moving around like a toy like that.
No problem.
I'm impressed with the amount of work or progress you've made on it since the first time you showed us this layout. It's only been a couple of months and it's come along so far. It's great progress.
Thank you. Yeah, we try. We're busy here at the university with a million things, but it's just a really fun escape to come here during the weekends or on any weekday we possibly may have some downtime. And have fun with trains. It's an innocent hobby, doesn't get anyone in trouble, and it definitely manifests, our creative side without a doubt. So.
Trainstorm says in the comments, highly recommend running power every 2 to 3 feet, which basically means, for the people who don't understand what he's saying, dropper wires, connect wires to the rails and then drop them through the baseboard and then connect them back to the controller. So you get continuous power all the way through the layout. You don't have to worry about the trains potentially losing power as they get further and further away from their power source. And then they just pick it up later on. Really good. Really helps.
No, definitely. That's a good point. Something we need to consider too with this layout. Definitely. Oh my goodness. Apologies. But I just want to have him go around one time before we move on. There he goes. There we go. All right, and we'll stop him right there. Again, apologies for all the fingering. I promise the next time we show the scenic, we will not have that dilemma again. So.
Very, very cool. You're doing a great job, Christian. Very neat.
Thank you.
Good job, Ben.
Yes.
Thank you. Good to see you again.
All righty. And I think, are there any questions in the chat? Just because I'm not really looking at that right now, so I apologize.
No, just a lot of compliments.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for the compliments for everyone watching. Awesome. All right. And I think with that, I will get back to my laptop. Unless there's anything else anyone wants to see. I'm just trying to get all the angles in. Yeah. Basically.
Someone just quickly asked, Too Much Toby asked, how long did it take you to make the layout?
We started it back in, what was it, late January?
Or maybe close to 2 months.
Yeah, close to 2 months now. Yeah, it's been about 2 months so far.
Just since the first piece of wood.
Yeah. Right, and then we had to go over to. Sorry, I'm just talking to my friend, but basically, we acquired the plywood, but we didn't have the right saws to cut the 2x4s down for the legs. So we had to go over to Bender Lumber, right, which is some local, some lumber place. And they basically helped us cut the wood. They're like, yeah, we'll cut that for you. No problem. Just $20 and it'll be all set to go. And I was like, okay, great. So that was fantastic. And, but yeah. So about 2 months altogether.
As I said, that's great progress in 2 months. I'm very impressed.
Thank you. All right. And I think I will transition now back to the laptop.
All right. Great job, Christian. Really nice layout.
Thanks, Ken. Sorry. I'm back here. Okay.
No problem.
And I'm going to leave.
All right.
All right. And I'm back here. Can everyone hear me?
Perfect.
Yes.
Yes. Sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Good. All righty. Do you want to come over here? Okay. And Ben's going to join us for the rest of the stream too.
Okay.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey, do you want to pull up the chair? Yeah. Pull up the chair. All right. Good. All righty. I think it's time for the reveal, right, Ken? Or is there something else planned?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
All right.
If you want to make Doug the center of attention.
Yeah, get me out of here.
Oh, you muted yourself, Christian.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting that I'm in control for tonight. All right.
All right, we ready? So
we are ready.
Christian, I know you promoted the Sir Topham Hat's car, right? So it's only the shell. We don't have I don't have the chassis and the wheels to show you right now, but I think you will definitely get a good appreciation for what it will be as a final product. Anyway, it's the first shot, not painted. Here we go. So let's see if we can get up there. Oh, there we go. Nice front grille there. Headlights are looking good. I think you'll see all the detail. Is that in focus okay?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, it looks great.
Okay. The rear tire well. Trying to get it to shine in there. Somewhere I can't get it quite right.
That's beautiful.
And
Very cool.
can't really tell, but it will have with the wheels and the chassis. And we put the first test shot of Sir Topham Hat next to the car, and they look good together.
Great. And probably a more technical question, but are the wheels going to be plastic, or are they going to be rubber, or like what's going to be?
They will be
material for the
they're
wheels?
going to be plastic, but they'll rotate. They'll be
Oh,
on
okay.
an axle, and they'll rotate.
Awesome.
So there's Sir Topham Hat's ride.
Yeah, nice.
It'd be great to
There you
finally
go.
have like a true HO Sir Topham Hat's car to put in all your sets.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we've never had that under any merchandise line. Something that was good enough to scale in well and look really close to the show, because like that's right out of the show, which is wonderful. And Birdie's been getting a little lonely, so it's nice to have
He
Sir
has.
Topham Hat's car to go with him, and have a real Bachmann remake of the season 5 episode Big Surprise for Percy. You guys know the whole runaway sequence there.
Oh yes, yes.
One of my favorites. So
Very neat.
All right, so there you have it. That's our reveal for tonight. Hope you like it.
Very cool.
And next one you'll see will have be a painted sample with wheels. So got a little way to go on that, but it's good progress here.
That's awesome.
Christian,
cool.
that's all
Yes.
I got.
Oh, I'm just sorry. I'm just mesmerized. You know me. This was one of those items that I was particularly excited about. So I was just
Good.
like,
Good.
You know me.
And of course, Sir Topham Hat's car is available for pre-order. I know I've said this before, but it's available for pre-order on TrainWorld.com right now. It looks like it's going to be a fantastic product. If you want a true HO scale Sir Topham Hat's car, head over to TrainWorld.com as soon as you can. Get your pre-orders in. I'm sure this is going to be a very hot product that's going to go. So,
Excellent.
yeah.
All right. Great job, Christian and Matt. Thanks, Doug, so much for coming on tonight. Really appreciate it. And Ben, so nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Yeah, telling you, Ken, he's like 70%, at least 50. We'll say at least 50% of the work right here.
Yeah, very cool.
Awesome. All righty. And closing remarks, or is there anything else, Ken? I don't want to jump any guns here.
It's all you. You're good to
Alrighty.
rumble.
All right. As always, thank you guys so much for tuning in to Thomas Tuesday. Without your viewership, these streams would not be possible. Doug, thank you so much, as always, for going through the 2024 catalog and showcasing Sir Topham Hat's car. One of the products that I've really been excited about, along with the HO figures, Sir Handel, Stanley, and the list goes on. So it's going to be exciting to see even more products in the upcoming months. Matt, thank you so much for coming on too and giving me a hand guiding through those awkward transition moments, like just when I needed to transition to my phone and flip the camera around. So I appreciate you coming in right there to speak about a few things, and really look forward to continuing on future streams with you. In the
Absolutely, and there will be many more awkward moments to come.
Yes, here's hoping. Not too many though.
Not too many, but we'll they're live streams.
Yeah. And Ken, as always, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to help put these together. It's always a great pleasure. And once again, everyone in the chat, Ken is king. He's on to a baby. And how many months, Ken? Apologies.
Well, hopefully in beginning of April. So a couple of
that's
weeks.
soon. Wow.
Yeah, we'll see. So
Wow.
fingers
Fantastic.
crossed. Yep.
Good luck, Ken.
Thank
We
you.
wish you the
Thank you.
best.
But the show must go on.
The show must go on. So tune in next month for Matt, me, Doug, future guests, and much more. Ken will be missed. Ken, you will be in our spirits in the meantime. Please, please, please come back soon.
Sounds good. Well,
It's like,
sorry,
it's like that, what was the transition on Blue's Clues, right? When they went from like Steve to Joe, and everyone was like upset about the transition. You guys know what I'm saying? Or anyone who grew up with that. So
I just want to say we look forward to welcoming a new Thomas fan into the world.
That's right. Thank you. And I recommended to my wife to do the live stream wherever we were at that time, and I don't think that went too well. So, but we will do our best, and I know that you're in great hands, and we appreciate Bachmann for always joining on and putting in so much great input into the Thomas fandom, as well as Christian and Matt. They know so much about everything Thomas. So it's going to be a seamless transition. So we know we're in great hands with both of you, all of you. So thank you.
Fantastic. Alrighty, and with that, stay unlikely, even though that's not my line, technically. Keep the spirit going in Thomas Model Railroading, and have a great night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.